Hello everybody, this is Lara from Pure Elliott Wave with your Monday to Friday update for Bitcoin technicals and XRP technicals in Elliott Wave. Bitcoin has been in what looks mostly like a rectangle. It's mostly a sideways movement. It's been in this movement since it entered this back on 27th of February 2024. Huge big sideways movement with now a slightly downward slope. The rectangle isn't perfect, and so I've got this downward sloping pink channel as well, but it is mostly sideways. Initial support for the rectangle was here about 60,700, false breakout. Price quickly returned back into the rectangle, an upward swing to resistance, another false breakout below the next support, which was then identified at about 56,500 on the close of the 7th of July. Price closed below that and very quickly returned back above, and now we've got an upward swing. It's fallen just a little bit short of resistance at the upper edge of this pink channel and is now moving just a little bit lower. I think overall we're probably going to see an upward swing to continue a little bit higher to resistance, but we may see a bit of a pullback for the short term along the way, and if we do see a deeper pullback, we may see a pullback at support at 60,700. Don't expect this swing up to move in a straight line. It's likely to be choppy and overlapping, like this movement here was choppy and overlapping with a little pullback here. I expect we're getting a little pullback now. The last completed downward session has a little bit of a push from volume, so let's expect it's likely that price may continue a little bit lower for the very short term. For the very short term, there's now a little range for on-balance volume, a little bit of a slope on both the yellow resistance and purple support lines, but there is a range on balance volume. It's contracting, so we will get a signal. ADX is again increasing, telling us there's still an upward trend for the short term, so overall let's expect overall price to continue higher to resistance, but again it won't move in a straight line. I think we're going to get a little pullback about here because of volume. There's an upward trend and RSI is not overbought. The trend is not extreme, plenty of room for this new upward trend to continue. Money flow also is neutral, plenty of room before that reaches overbought conditions. ATR starting to show a little bit of a weakness along with price moving higher. Another reason why I expect we may get a little bit of a pullback for the short term, a little bit of a downward movement within this larger upward swing. For XRP, for the very short term, I'm changing the very short term picture for the Elliott Wave count. The triangle was not Minuet Wave B. It looks like it was a B wave within a B wave. And this illustrates one of the really big problems with Elliott Wave triangles. They're such tricky structures, and you usually can't tell exactly what wave position they were in and was it actually a triangle until it's complete. Now it's complete and we've got an upward breakout beyond the triangle. This looks like a B wave within a zigzag for Minuet Wave B. Minuet Wave B at 0.6371 has not so far moved beyond the start of A, and so far it looks like Minuet Wave 2 could technically be a zigzag. It could also be a regular flat correction. For both of those, it needs a 5-wave structure down to move at least slightly beyond the end of A at 0.5404 to avoid a truncation. If Minuet Wave B continues a little bit higher and makes a new high beyond the start of A, then a flat correction would be indicated for Minuet 2, because for a zigzag, B may not move beyond the start of A. When B moves beyond the start of A for a flat and C fails to move beyond the end of A, it's termed a running flat, and those are extremely rare structures. I've seen very, very few. The probability of that happening is extremely low. It's really unlikely to see truncations as well. Those are very, very unusual. So both of those circumstances mean it's most likely for the next downward swing for XRP for price to move at least a little bit below 0.5404, even for the very short term. I expect we may get a little bit of a lower wick down possibly to about 0.52 and then a quick sharp movement up for the end of Minuet Wave 2. Technically, Minuet 2 may not move beyond the start of 1 below 0.3838. On the technicals, XRP is hitting reasonably strong resistance here at 0.62, still got support of 0.57 and fairly decent strong support below at 55 cents. We need to see a break above resistance before we can have confidence that overall this upward trend is continuing. We need to have a break below support at 57 or 55 in order to expect that we're going to see a downward swing to support at 0.46. As price moves higher, overall volume is declining, telling me to expect we're probably going to get another test of that area, 55 cents. ADX tells us there's an upward trend. price doesn't move in a straight line though. Elliott Wave gives those not straight lines structure. RSI is neutral, the trend is not extreme, a long way to go before this trend reaches as extreme as it can get for a cryptocurrency. Money flow also neutral, a ways to go before that reaches overboard. A little bit of a decline in ATR for the last couple of sessions as price completed that triangle and broke out. A little bit of a weakness in the triangle there, that's really normal behaviour during triangles, which I think is now finally complete. And that's it for me today with your XRP and Bitcoin analysis. I hope you're all having a lovely day.